Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Audrey and I post acting videos. So today I'm going to be talking about how to be a lead role in a TV show or movie. So being an extra is something you can kind of research on your own, figure out how to be in like the background of a TV show or movie, but if you're really wanting to be a lead role in a TV show or movie, it's a little more complicated, of course. I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can even get the opportunity to audition for a lead role in a movie or TV show. So the reason why no one really knows how to, unless you're in the industry, is because you need an agent or manager. 98% of the time, you need to have an agent or manager to get you those auditions. I have a video on how to get an agent that I'll leave linked down below, but I'm going to talk a little bit about how to be in the right place to get an agent, how it works, and then how you can also find those casting calls without an agent. My first thing is when anyone says they want to start acting, the first piece of advice I give them is to just get in classes. I did not start taking classes until a few years into my acting journey, and I would say that that's probably my biggest regret when it comes to acting, because you meet community, you then have an acting coach who can serve as a mentor to you, to give you advice, help you find an agent, talk you through how it works to audition for a lead role, and also if you get that audition, they're there to help you. And also there's a lot of technical things that you don't know unless you take classes that you have to know to be a lead in a TV show or movie. And a lot of times if you have no experience on sets or anything like that, they won't cast you unless you've been training for a few years. And some agencies won't sign you unless, number one, you're in classes, and number two, you've been in classes for at least 2 years. So I will leave my acting class linked down below. I love them. They do Zoom classes and in-person classes in Greensboro, North Carolina. The absolute best acting studio you'll ever go to. The reason why I am bringing that up in this video is not only because that'll help you get an agent and get booked, but because I have had auditions, lead role auditions, come through my acting studio. So a lot of times directors will know an acting studio is really good, and they'll send their casting calls to that studio if they can't find it through agents or managers, or if they're trying to do a really quick casting. I have a friend who is a director of SAG movies, and he goes through my acting studio to cast people all the time for SAG paying lead role movies. If you want to get an audition for a lead role in a movie or TV show, a lot of times you will need connections. You'll need to know someone personally, and the best way to do that is through an acting studio, because you meet a ton of people, you know, you get great community through that. So that's why I'm really pushing the get an acting studio, because a lot of times they'll get you casting calls that you wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't been there. Another way is finding casting directors on social media. That sounds so sketchy, but a lot of times if they can't find what they're looking through an agent or manager, they'll post the casting call on their Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. And I promise it's not sketchy, it's legit, and a lot of times it is lead roles, and it's because they're, you know, it's a certain type of project that's open to casting people with no experience, or they're looking for something really specific that they're not able to find through an agent or manager. I like to follow Chase Paris. He's Field Center Paris Casting. They do a lot in Atlanta and this coast over here for, you know, Netflix, all that sort of things, and I've seen them post a few lead role things. I like following Erica S. Bream, Erica Arvold. So far we have an acting studio, we have social media, and then my third tip is Actors Access. So Actors Access actually sometimes sends out lead role castings to everyone. Again, if they're looking for something specific, or the project is just like, hey, we really want, you know, to see everyone audition for this, just send it out to everyone. Actors Access is the most important and official actor website I fully recommend, and if you get an agent or manager, they're going to make you sign up for it anyways. So you can sign up without an agent or manager. You attach your headshots, your resume, you know, you get your whole actor profile ready, and then you sign up to get casting calls. So a lot of these are extra work or non-union or just smaller things, but every once in a while there will be a big audition that comes through, like they did It Ends With Us. They were casting for Young Lily, and they sent that out to everyone. So that was a lead role, or a decently big role in a new upcoming movie. You want to have all your bases covered. Like, you don't want to be missing out on opportunities. So how it works is Actors Access, you have your profile, and if you have an agent or manager, you are attached to their agency on Actors Access. And what casting directors do is, for lead roles, like I'm talking any movie you've seen in the theater in the past year, has probably done a casting through Actors Access. So those casting directors send out what they're looking for. They'll be like, we need a 19-year-old girl with brown hair, blue eyes, or we just need a 19-year-old girl. And what they'll do is they'll send that out to all of the agents. Then your agent will go through their roster, everyone they have signed, and pick who they think fits that. And, you know, if it fits you, you'll have your actor profile submitted. And then the casting directors, they scroll through hundreds of people who submitted, and they'll select a few people to audition. And that's how they cast the lead roles and give people lead role auditions. So you really do need an agent or manager to get a lead role 98% of the time, because they're seeing auditions that you would never find on your own. But like I said, there are options out there if you don't have an agent or manager yet. You know, if acting is what you want to do, I definitely recommend working towards that. I have a full video that I go very in depth that I'll leave linked down below that talks about how to get an agent, how to know if an agent's legit, what you need to have before you can sign with an agency. I'll have that link down below because that is like my biggest piece of advice, is get an agent and be in classes. But if you don't have an agent yet, you know, and you're wanting those opportunities, the way you can cover all your bases is be in classes, find casting directors on social media, and already have your Actors Access set up, and you will see all of the lead role auditions that are coming through that aren't just going to agents and managers. But I really hope that was helpful, and if you guys have any questions, as always, leave them down below. I tried to reply to everyone, and you can also DM me on Instagram. But I'm proud of all of you. I cannot wait to see you on the big screen, because those of you who are doing research like this, I'm fully convinced are like 10 steps ahead of everyone else, because it's a very confusing industry. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next Saturday.